Squad leader is a role in Easy Red 2 that is meant to guide their squad and control the battlefield by calling in artillery and tank support. Every single variant of infantry squad will have a squad leader, no matter what, and for this reason, it is pretty useful to know how to use squad leaders. Squad leaders have pretty simple loadouts, usually consisting of an automatic weapon, a sidearm, a healing item, bandages, a smoke grenade, and then an explosive grenade. Most squad leader primaries will be submachine guns, such as the American squad leaders having the Thompson, or the German squad leaders having MP40s. However, there can be some variety. For example, the German elite fire teams will have an STG-44 instead of an MP40 as the squad leader's primary, and the Japanese squad leader will have a rifle. Moving on from the loadouts, however, let's get on to the uses for squad leader. Squad leader's main quote-unquote ability is this wheel right here. When you hold down the ping button as a squad leader, this wheel with different actions will pop up, some of them being oriented for directing your team, and the other portion being for calling in fire support. Starting with the directing actions which don't require any radio is move and hold. Move and hold will cause your squad to walk over to the area that you have ordered and root down there for a bit. Next up is follow. Follow will simply cause your squad to follow you. After that is attack objective from direction. This will cause your squad to run to the objective from a specific direction than just from where they currently are. Useful if there's a mounted gun you want to get around. After that is charge. Charge is pretty similar to move and hold, except that instead of walking over to the mark point, they'll blitz over there quickly instead. The final directing action that does require radio is tank support, which will send allied tanks to hold a specific position. When playing as a squad leader, the main factors that go into how you quote-unquote should be playing are 1, whether you have a radio man with you or not, and 2, if you are on the offensive or defensive team. The not having a radio man factor is a lot less likely to happen, as there are only a couple fire teams that just don't have them at all, such as the flamethrower team. But other than that, and a few other exceptions, you'll have a radio man with you 9 times out of 10. But in the rare situations that you don't have any radio with you, or you do have a radio man but there's just no artillery to use it with, make use of your typically better loadout to support your team with automatic fire and make up for their weaknesses. If your squad has little to no automatic fire options other than the support gunner, you should fill the spot and suppress enemies to give your squad opportunities to fire. This is especially effective when playing as the Soviet squad leader, thanks to their high rate of fire and huge magazine capacity on the PPSH. Now onto the more common situations that involve fire support. When playing as both offensive and defensive squad leader, you want to clear out strong positions and cover your team when they are trying to make big pushes into enemy positions, or when they are defending a point and need some more firepower. As an offensive squad leader, smoke strikes are your best friend. If you can call in the smoke strike and block the enemy's sight while still allowing your team to see properly, that can be a huge factor in taking an enemy objective. Then for defensive smokes, you won't be using them a crazy amount, but you can use them if you want to do a flank. Now for the explosive airstrikes, you'll be using these on both sides of the battle. For the offensive side, you really just want to call it on enemy positions and break apart any strong points they have. So if there's a big bunker, big group of houses that you just can't seem to take out, use these. Now for the defensive side, you want to use the explosive airstrikes as an area denial tool. Cutting off routes to the objective is a great way to buy time for your team and put the enemy in a really unfavorable position. Now for some general squad leader tips. The most useful tip I can give you is to pick up radios off of fallen radio men. This game has an inventory system for a reason. Make sure to pick up and equip radios off of fallen teammates or enemies if your squad does not have access to one at the moment. This will allow you to not have to rely on anyone else to call in fire or tank support. If you remember to do this and are good at sneaking around, you'll be able to constantly call in fire and tank support and make sure that your team is unmatched when it comes to taking or defending objectives. The next tip is to turn on 3D markers if you're just getting started as playing a squad leader. This will help you guide where you're using your fire support, tank support, and squad directing markers. The last tip is just to remember that being a squad leader in this game isn't as big as a role in other games, so if you mess something up, don't sweat it. There's tons of other squad leaders on your team to help out. Plus, if you die as squad leader, the next member of your squad will get their abilities instead, so it's really not a big deal. As always, this is just what I think, and I am in no way the best squad leader out there, so if you have more tips or want to disagree with anything, feel free to go ahead and do that.